So, how are things going with me learning and continuing to practice my Thai? If you're new here, hi, my name is Kat. I've been living in Chiang Mai since 2019, and I share tips and recommendations on this channel for those who are also looking to move their life to Chiang Mai long term. And so, if you've seen any of my other videos, I talk about how I've learned Thai, how I studied Thai for 3 years at the university, and how I've been able to learn how to have basic conversations, ask questions, get directions, order food, all of the very basic daily living things that I would need to continue to live my life here in Chiang Mai long term. But I've made a switch in terms of my goals for learning Thai, and I want to explain what I mean by that. So, I've been studying Thai, and I think because I have such a baseline knowledge of basic communication, like I said, everyday things that I would need here in Chiang Mai, I started to think about how useful or helpful Thai would be outside of Thailand. And I've talked to a couple friends about this too, and I think the conclusion that I've came to is that it's great to learn Thai, of course, because I'm living in Thailand long term, but the helpfulness and usefulness of Thai outside of Thailand, I don't think is really there. And I think for me, I wanted to learn Thai to, embrace the culture here, learn about the culture. It was just part of me. I'm moving to this country. I need to learn the language to have respect for the people and the country itself. And I feel like I've gotten there in terms of baseline knowledge. But yeah, I just started thinking about how, if I was to travel outside of Thailand, or maybe I want to move for a few months in Europe somewhere, or I don't know, somewhere else in Asia. Thai just doesn't seem like it would be that helpful for me. And that's not to say that it's not important to learn Thai if you're living in Thailand, of course. But for me, I just started thinking of like other languages. So I learned Spanish when I grew up. I grew up in San Diego. And so I grew up around a lot of Spanish speaking friends. And so I have a baseline knowledge of that too. But because I'm not living in a Spanish speaking country, I kind of put that on hold in terms of wanting to continue to learn and improve. Sometimes I'll pull up Duolingo and I'll learn some stuff, but aside from that, English is the only language that I know. My mom speaks Tagalog; she's from the Philippines, but I didn't grow up speaking that, and so I've always had this kind of drive to want to learn another language, but I never really fully committed. And I think learning Thai was the first time I really committed to learning. I was, like I said, attending classes every week. I was really dedicated and spent a lot of time and energy. I was even taking Thai private classes with a tutor, and it was all great. And I think, I'm not fluent in Thai, but like I said, like I'm at a point where I feel comfortable. So now I think I just got into a point where it wasn't really exciting anymore to learn. And I have a lot of Chinese friends here also in Thailand that live here. And I started talking to them about, I don't know if I really want to continue to pursue, taking Thai classes and things like that, at least not as much as I was before. We were talking about how Mandarin is the most spoken language in the world. And so I started thinking about, well, I know the tones in Thai because Thai is a tonal language. Mandarin is also a tonal language. So I thought, okay, maybe because I have that very baseline knowledge of tones, that maybe that could help me learn Mandarin. And then I started thinking because it's such a worldwide language, that it could be useful and helpful outside of Thailand, wherever I go globally. That's not to say that I'm using this for business or anything like that, but just, one, because I want to learn a language and I genuinely enjoy learning. But two, if I do decide to go somewhere else, I'm not going to be able to speak Thai anywhere outside of Thailand. So that's kind of the backstory to what made me decide to learn Mandarin. So I started learning the pinyin system. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's basically the tones. And for that, I feel like it's very similar to Thai with the high tone, low tone, mid tone. And so I started doing that, and then I started watching Peppa Pig, which was recommended. So I started watching it in Mandarin just to pick up on different words or just to get a lot of input, because I think that's something that really helps me actually when I learned Thai, because I was constantly listening. So I would watch Thai movies, Thai series, Thai music. And at the time, I had a lot more Thai friends because I was working at at a private school. And so I had a lot of input. And so I think from the very beginning when I was learning Thai, I was able to, when I can hear someone speak, I know what they're saying because I had so much input practice. And so I started doing that with Mandarin. I just started like 2 days ago. So I had Duolingo and I just practice some like basic phrases. A lot of it on Duolingo is more like memorization. And then again, watching Peppa Pig. And then today I was watching a new Chinese, it's like a romance drama series, TV series, just to kind of like get the input to start hearing the language more often. And then even, I went to dinner with some friends last night and two of them were speaking Mandarin to each other. I was just sitting there and listening. I mean, I have no idea what they were saying, but I think the input part is what I'm really focusing on right now. And then I also want to start learning the characters, but I'm trying not to push myself too much and trying to just take it very slow because I get so excited. I'm like, oh, I want to learn everything. And then I get burnt out or like overwhelmed with the learning. So that's kind of my goal for now. I want to kind of track my progress with that. Like I said, I just started like 2 days ago. So I'm very, step one. But I'm hoping at some point I can start practicing with my friends that are here, or there's some apps called Tandem or Hello Talk that a lot of people recommend for like language buddies or like language practice. Um, so yeah, that's the goal. Again, I still want to learn Thai, but I'm just not gonna dedicate as much time and energy into it. I'm gonna practice what I know, practice, the notes that I have. But I really want to focus my time on learning Mandarin. So I don't know where this is gonna go. I thought it would just be fun to kind of track my journey through that because I am living in Thailand and there is a huge Chinese population here as well. And so, yeah, I'm really excited about it and just wanted to share that with everyone here. But if you have recommendations actually about maybe you've learned Mandarin or something that helped you when you first started, if you could put those in the comments, or if you have resources or things like that, that would be really helpful because I've been searching on YouTube, finding different resources and using ChatGPT to help me create this study guide. But I just want to know from people's firsthand experience because for me the input part really helps, at least in the beginning, but I know, there's other methods that maybe could be helpful. So if you have any recommendations, please put them in the comments. But that's all I had. Like I said, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye.